What's going on, people? Just want to speak on Kanye West. And Kanye West, I don't know the chances of you seeing this video, but if you happen to see this video, I support you, bro. I actually agree with you. If you listen to most of the people that is attacking Kanye West and that claims to be against Kanye West, they're not against him because of what he said about slavery. Of course, that may be a shocker to some people. But the main issue they have against Kanye West is the fact that he is a Trump supporter, because if you listen to the bulk of the people that's attacking Kanye West for allegedly saying that slavery was a choice, they immediately resort to he's a Trump supporter. He and Trump. He's friends with Trump. He's bump buddies with Trump. That's their main issue, is Trump. Now, if you guys have been watching my video, you already know that I'm a Trump supporter. Because if you listen to the average person that's against Trump, and if you get into a serious dialogue with these people as to why they don't like Trump or they disagree with Trump, they have no real reason. They'll say that he's a racist, he's a bigot. They'll say that he's dividing the country, he's trying to get us into World War III. Well, they said the same thing about Barack Obama. They actually called Barack Obama a Nazi. They make there's photos on the internet of Barack Obama as Hitler. So this is not a new tactic. This is not a new thing. And the bulk of black people don't like Trump because of what the media gave them, because of media propaganda. The bulk of white people and black people, that's their reasoning for not liking Trump. And blacks that do support Trump, and even whites that support Trump, they're afraid to say that they support Trump because of the backlash. So their main reason for attacking Kanye West is not because Kanye West said slavery, over 400 years of slavery, was a choice, but because of his views and his support of Donald Trump. They're trying to separate. If you look at what Donald Trump is going through and the people that he surrounds himself with, they can't get to Trump. So what they do is they start attacking the people that's around Trump, discouraging them and encouraging them to back away from Trump. See, there's people that resigned that was supporting Trump, but because of the fact that their life was being ruined by the Democrats, they say, you know what? I'm backing out. I'm resigning. I don't have to tolerate this. I refuse to put up with this. I'm out. They want Trump to stand alone because they're still upset because of the fact that he won the presidency. Even with their cheating, he still won. He keeps winning, and they don't like that. Trump did nothing. As a matter of fact, North Korea is saying that he should get the Nobel Peace Prize because he united two countries, two nations, South Korea, North Korea, that was at odds with each other. He brought them together. So yes, he should get a Nobel Peace Prize. But anyway, Kanye West, he's actually correct. You guys may not like it, but Kanye West is correct. Black Americans wear slavery like a tight-fitted glove. They refuse to let slavery go, and they will defend slavery. Even in 2018, black Americans defend slavery. Now, if you listen to not only what Kanye West said, but how he said it. Kanye West said, over 400 years, you're in slavery? So because of the fact that it's been over 400 years, and I'm paraphrasing it, and because of the fact that blacks outnumber whites, because of the fact that blacks outnumber whites with the number of blacks that's in America and just globally, the UK, the Caribbean islands, Russia, you know, all over, all the blacks that have ancestry that was in captivity, how could a few white people with guns keep you enslaved for over 400 years? Think about that. So it's not so much as what Kanye West said as how he said it. He said for over 400 years, with the number of blacks that's in this country, they kept you in captivity. And we're living in a time where it's legal for blacks to own guns. But you have a lot of black Americans that's still in captivity. They still have chains on their minds. They don't believe that's their right, because they think that if they own guns, they will get pulled over by police, they would get shot by police, they would get killed by police. They live in fear. They're still in captivity by choice. Slave of the mind, and they refuse to let it go. When you start talking about telling blacks to pull their pants up, you start telling black females to put their clothes on, take the wigs and the weaves off and stop trying to look like Europeans, go to school, get a job, start a business, black Americans will attack you. They will call you racist names, the same names that their white oppressors call their ancestors, and even call them today. They will start calling you that because you start telling them to better themselves. And you wonder why even today in 2018, black Americans barely have any rights at all. Because of the fact that they reject their rights for slavery. So yes, Kanye West is correct. Black Americans still have chains on their minds, on their brains, and that's why they can't move forward. They're still looking for the white man to give them 40 acres and a mule. They're still looking for the white man to free them, to give them things instead of black Americans doing for themselves. You have black dudes, man, that don't take care of their women, disrespect their women. You got black females that disrespect their men. You have black children that disrespect their parents. Parents that disrespect their children. So the black community is so divided within itself. But yet, it's easy for black Americans to kill each other. They don't mind killing each other. But when you start telling them, like, okay, over 400 years of slavery, you allow someone to keep you captive, and you just about outnumber them, and you have access to firearms, and you still allow them to keep you enslaved, maybe not physically, but in your brains. And you have black dudes that's so fixated on slavery that they keep repeatedly going back and forth to prison. That is a type of slavery. So Kanye West is correct in what he say. You may not like what he say, but he's correct. How could you allow a people to keep you enslaved for over 400 years? Yeah, there were a few people that revolted. There were people that died. But yet, to have a nation of people to keep you in captivity for over 400 years, that's enslaved. So I agree with him. That's a choice. Right now, slavery in America is a choice because black Americans wear it like a tight glove on their hands. They refuse to let it go. They refuse to take it off. They have excuses for not taking that slavery glove off their hand or those slavery chains off their brains. They choose to stay in captivity, even to this very day. And that's why you have so many black Americans that's bucking against Kanye West. And like I said, if you listen to the bulk of them, when they start talking about slavery and how Kanye West lost his mind, no, you lost your mind. The same thing you used to criticize white people for doing, you're now doing. Black Americans used to talk about white sodomites, saying that they were sodomites in Rome and all this other nonsense, and now look at you. You're leading the pack. Black American females don't mind aborting their babies. Look at the number of Black American females that abort their children. Look at the number of Black American males that leave and walk out on their women and their children. Think about that. And you blame slavery for doing it. The thing that's really mind-blowing is that Black Americans would tell you that their actions is a result of slavery. In other words, they were conditioned to do what they do. Being aware that you are conditioned, why is it impossible or difficult for you to become aware, not only aware of it, but yet become aware of the fact that you want out, and then you're going to put effort to get out, if that makes sense to you, right? So you're aware that you're conditioned to be the way you are because of slavery, but yet you're content to the point where you would fight and defend to stay there and play the victim role. So Kanye West is not so much as what he said, but how he said it. He said over 400 years? 400 years? That's a choice. That's a choice. If you allow a person to keep you captive for over 400 years, that is a choice. And I made a video about women that's raped and they orgasm during rape. And you had, of course, females that come against me. You had some women that agree with me. Okay, because if you're raped, if rape is a displeasure to you, how do you enjoy it so much to the point where you orgasm? Like me, I can't get an erection if I'm not attracted to a woman. You know, just can't be. If I'm asleep, you know, my mind has to be there too. You know, there has to be some type of balance or agreement there for me to respond to a woman. Right? So, and I'm not even going to allow a woman that I'm not attracted to even put her hands on me. You ever have someone put their hands on you, man? You like, don't do that. You squeeze their hand, push it away. Don't do that. Don't touch me there. You know, don't do that. You know, but you resist. Just like if you go to touch a woman's breast or her private part, she's going to resist. That's not going to be pleasure to her. She's going to get angry. But if she's attracted to you on some level and you pinch her breast or do things, she may get a little excited. Right? But back to Kanye West. Kanye is correct, man. How could you allow someone to keep you in captivity for over 400 years and you have access to firearms? Think about that. You have access to the point where you are killing each other every single day. You kill black on black murders every single day. And Black Americans don't want to talk about that. They dismiss the fact that blacks kill blacks. But yet, when you start talking about how could you allow someone to keep you in captivity for over 400 years and you have access to weaponry, then, like Kanye West says, that's a choice. You choose to be in that condition because you're not doing anything to get out of that condition. So Kanye West is correct. He's not a dummy. He knows exactly what he's saying. He may not have said it like you may have wanted him to say it. But if you not only listen to what he said, but how he said it, he's correct. How could you allow a person to keep you enslaved for over 400 years and you don't unite and at least try to overthrow this system? But yet now the system is still killing you, and you may protest in the street peacefully and then back to normal. And the only thing you do is now play the victim. Complain about it, start naming all these people that got killed by police. But yet, nothing is done. See? So, I agree with Kanye West. I completely understand what he's saying. And like I said, it's not what he said, it's how he said it. So feedback, tell me what you think. Till next time. I'm fearless.